Welcome back to an exciting Thursday night classics here. I know over the last couple of weeks you've been watching football success, but now we're going to move inside Moby Arena as we celebrate one of the best teams in recent Colorado State basketball history. Matthew Wozniak be your host, joined by three outstanding Rams, the head coach Ryan Williams underneath, and all the way from France, Ellie Gustafson. Ellie, how are you?
I'm good. Life is kind of different right now, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, we were talking just a moment ago. She's trying to get back to Sweden as well, where our other star, Ellen Nyström, is currently hanging out in Sweden. First of all, let me ask both of you. I'll start with Ellen. How's the family doing? How's life overseas treating you up to this point?
I mean, life is good. Family's good. We're doing well over here. Obviously, it's a weird time for all of us, but we're doing the best we can.
Ellie, how about you?
It's good. I mean, family's good. I'm the only one that is not home yet, but I'm trying. This is going to be the third time trying to get home, but I think this time it will work. But family's good. Full house, except for me, but they're safe and they're feeling good.
Well, later on in the broadcast, we'll start talking about what you've been up to, how things are going. But first and foremost, Ryan Williams wants to join us now, and we'll talk about you. How did you prepare for the game we're going to see today, the Wyoming border war from 2017? What do you recall as your prep level as you were chasing that fourth championship?
Yeah, well, my recollection is, anytime you play Wyoming, it's going to be a slugfest type of a game, and the importance of every single possession, and that you probably better be playing through your best players. And I think as you watch the game, you're probably going to see the ball in Ellen's hands a lot, the ball in Ellie's hands a lot, and them facilitating, the success we had on offense. And so, but also you have to guard their motion. And Ellen and Ellie probably can remember how, difficult that can be sometimes. And the thing I remember about that team, Woes, is just how in sync they were defensively. And so that was a big part of our plan. And, Ellen and Ellie were obviously a key part of what we got done defensively as well.
Well, Ellie, the leading scorer, you had 26 points in that contest. You had the ball an awful lot. You shot an awful lot, 13 of 19. What did you recall as you led up to that contest? Again, you were chasing that fourth championship. You knew you were going through some really struggling, tough times because it's the grind of the season. Now you got a border war. What was your mentality like going in?
No, but I think just as you said, Wyoming has always been a good team, and I feel like it doesn't matter if they're good or not that season. Is Wyoming is border war. So I think it was just, as Coach always says, stay locked in and get the flow going, just play good defense. And I know it was a tough game because it was kind of close the whole game. And then towards the end, I know Mayan, she had some really good positions where she was just really good with those magic hands. And I just remember it was a tough game. But it was fun. It was so much fun.
Ellen, were you as locked in as well? Did you realize you kind of had to shoulder the load as we were going down the home stretch of that season?
Yeah, I think it was a very special season for both me and Ellie. That was definitely a tough game. And before you sent me the game, the only thing I remember from that game was Liv getting hurt. That was the only thing I remember because it was it was like a tragedy for the whole Mountain West. She was such a good player that year, and we don't know what would have happened if she would have kept playing because they were really on the run there. And I think that we got a few good possessions in the end. Like Ellie said, Mayan with her magic hands got really some good stops that really helped us get the energy that we needed to get that win.
Yeah, and obviously you hit 6 free throws throughout the contest, none bigger in the last moments to extend the lead to a 6-point advantage. But hey, this is spoiler alert. Okay, we already know how the game's going to end. Y'all are going to win. So those who maybe not, sorry about that spoiler alert, but it's 2017. So what do you say we all do the time warp again, go back to February 15th, 2017 for an orange out border war here on Thursday Night Classics.
So both teams have received their final instructions. It's an orange out here at Moby Arena. Colorado State in the home orange uniforms. They've got white lettering and green numerals, white trim. Wyoming controls the tip in the visiting grays with yellow numbers and yellow lettering. So Wyoming will have first attack away and running at Moby Arena. Top of the key with it is Ligaki. Now releases on the left wing. High screen as the Rams are in a man-to-man to Tapia. Kicks it back out near side to Legaki. Gets into the lane, spins, ducks underneath. 5-footer is up and good. Just got Gustafsson flying right by with a solid pump fake in the paint. And Wyoming up 2-0. Colorado State moving right to left across your radio dial as Gustafsson catches left free throw line extended. Top of the key to Nystrom. Surveys the scene, wants to drive hard down the right side. Spins in the lane. Her floater is too strong. And the rebound pulled out by Cotton. And Nystrom slow to get up as she got whacked across the mouth on the drive in the lane. No harm, no foul. They just slow things down for a moment. So no one saw it, but Nystrom felt it. Either way, it's Wyoming basketball. They lead 2-0. Right wing is Roberts, the leading scorer. Around the perimeter they go, right to the left wing. Baker with it. Now releases to the left of the arc. Top of the key is Tapia. Comes right side to Legaki, who accounted for the lone basket so far. They stay on the perimeter, have yet to penetrate in the lane. 8 to shoot. On the move to the left is Baker. Gets in the lane, ducks underneath, and hits the floater. Close range baskets for Wyoming in the early going, and it's 4-0 Cowgirls as Nystrom gallops into the front court on the dribble. One-handed pass finds Gustafsson. She cycles all the way through, floater from the free throw line, front of there, kisses the glass and falls home. Gustafsson floating across the lane, didn't square up and go straight ahead. Instead floated across, but got a friendly Moby roll, and the Rams now trail by 2, 4-2. Right free throw line extended is Roberts. Her 3 rattles home. So Wyoming comes out shooting hot, have yet to miss an attempt. 3 for 3 from the field, and the 40% shooter on the outside, Liv Roberts, knocks home the triple. 7-2 Cowgirls, 8:15 and counting in the first here at Moby Arena. Taverdi on the dribble, goes to the right wing, now crosses over to the top of the key. Back to the wing as Wyoming in a man-to-man. Shadows her. They come to the near elbow to Nystrom. Nystrom surveys the man-to-man defensive pressure by Cotton. Wants to go around her, crosses over to her left. Her floater is up, and nothing but net. Ellen Nystrom. Little crossover dribble. That is nearly the same spot that she hit the game winner at Fresno. Same type of move and the same result as they went through clean. 7-4 Wyoming. Top of the key is Roberts. Wants to drive hard to the elbow, but Taverdi cuts her off. Now she's double teamed, has it, pokes away, but it's picked up on the outside. On the move, right wing is Legaki. She's cut off at the block, has to dish it all the way out. Losing the handle, but it's ping-ponging in the lane, where emerging with it is Ellen Nystrom. Quick hands, forcing the steal for Colorado State. They go inside to Taverdi, spins away, kicks it out to a trailing Auskell, and one more pass to Nystrom. Head and shoulder fake, won't move. Instead, now she's going to take it hard right side. Has it knocked away. It will remain with Colorado State. Taverdi had good low position on transition for Colorado State, but Wyoming closed down any opportunity, so the Rams will reset. They lob in underneath. It's over the outstretched hands of Ellie Gustafsson and out of bounds. Turnover to Wyoming. Still 7-4 as we approach the 7-minute mark in the first quarter. Wyoming brings it into the front court. Tapia releases right free throw line extended to Roberts. Top of the key is Legaki. Around the perimeter they go right to left to Baker. Baker back top of the key. Now they go right of the arc to Legaki. Wants to go down low, but no passing lane. So the Rams in that man-to-man closing off passing lanes. Now they switch it outside as Auskell picks up on the dribble left side Tapia. Now top of the key is Roberts. Gets all the way through, stops, turns, spins, floats off to the left where Sophie Triggetson has the rebound. Rams trail by 3, 7-4 as Nystrom hustles into the front court. Gets cut off, loses the handle, but has to retreat. Still has the dribble, so right of the arc on the dribble is Nystrom. Now to Gustafsson. Step fake, but cut off by the defensive Wyoming. Now she hesitates, stops, loses it off of her shin, and that will stay. Ooh, thought that went off of the shin of Ellie Gustafsson. The official down low says it was tapped away by Wyoming. So the Rams will control it with 11 on the shot clock, 6:24 game clock. They lob in on the baseline to the far wing. Nystrom, triple right side is well short, an air ball, and Wyoming gets it on the stop. Colorado State, just 2 of 4 from the field. Wyoming 3 of 4. And on the attack once more, enjoying a 3-point advantage. Right free throw line extended Legaki as Gustafsson jumps out her in that Rams man-to-man defense. Legaki wants to look on the block, can't find a passing lane. Instead, releases top of the key. One more pass right of the arc to Roberts. Comes near corner on the dribble. Floater off the back of the heel is no good, and Gustafsson skies for it straight away on the rim. So after hitting 3 in a row, Wyoming going a little bit cold. Colorado State still searching for some offensive rhythm, yet the Rams trail by just 3 here. 5:45 and counting in the first. Gustafsson, pump fake, floater from the elbow is off to the right, and a flat jump shot caroms into the hands of Tapia. She presses space, lobs it over the top gloriously to Lagaki, who missed the shot, but the O-board for Cotton. She kicks it back out, second line for Wyoming. To Baker, right free throw line extended, on the move, goes all the way through, has it knocked away, and an offensive foul as Triggetson set her feet on the Baker drive. So the turnover against Wyoming. After a gorgeous feed to Lagaki in transition, went over the top, just could not finish. May have caught a little bit too close to the glass, couldn't get an angle. The Rams slowed it down, and Wyoming kicked it back out, and on the drive down the lane, Triggetson read it and set her feet for a player control foul. Colorado State scoreless from 2.5 minutes, trail by 3. Triggetson top of the key to Auskula. Near wing now is to Verdi. Looking to the pro post, but it's cut off. 3 ball from Gustafsson is up and good. Just a 2, had a foot on the line to Gustafsson. A long-range jumper at the top of the key trims the deficit to just 1. 7-6 Wyoming. Roberts right wing in front of the Rams bench. Top of the key into the hands of Tapia. Back to the near corner is Lagaki. Lobs inside, good solid position on the near block was Cotton. Missed the shot as Nystrom clears out for Colorado State. Head and shoulder fake by Nystrom, picks up her dribble, now releases. Quick trigger pull from Triggetson is up and good for 3. Sophie Triggetson returns to the starting lineup and pays dividends with a quick triple. And the Rams have their first lead 9-7, 4:30 and counting. Top of the key with it is Lagaki. Left of the arc is Tapia on the dribble, 1 dribble. Now to Baker. She'll fire a 3. That's in and out, where the rebound comes to Gustafsson. 4:17, the next stoppage of play will bring that first media timeout as the Rams try to build upon a 2-point lead, 9-7. Come outside to Taverdi, dribbles top of the key with it. One more pass to Triggetson on the far wing. Lobs into the pro post far side to Nystrom. Turns, faces on the baseline. Goes underneath, and a blocking foul as Cotton fell over on the contact. Just couldn't quite set her feet enough and sell the flop. And we're going to go right back where we started. 2 free throws. Ella Nystrom to the line. Rams getting 2 points from her. Ellie Gustafsson leads with 4 as Nystrom hits the first free throw. So making an 8-0 run. Triggetson with 3, Gustafsson 4, and Nystrom with 3. Make it 4 as she hits both of her charity throws. Roberts with 3, Baker and Lagaki each with a bucket. Now Wyoming trailing by 4, 11-7, under 4 minutes in the first. Goes to the top of the key to Roberts. Releases right of the arc to Tapia. They go around the perimeter to the right free throw line extended. Now back top of the key. Once more is Tapia. Right wing, Lagaki. Lagaki face guarded by Auskolin. Drives hard all the way through and broke through the help defense, which was non-existent. It was a good strong take from the right wing all the way through the lane by Haley Lagaki. And the layup on the left side falls, ending a long scoreless drought. Still the Rams lead by 2, 11-9. Top of the key now Nystrom on Cotton. Goes to the left elbow. Floater is good. Just a head and shoulder fake. Elevates over the outstretched arms of Bailey Cotton. And Nystrom now with her 6th point. 13-9 Colorado State. Driving hard on the right side is Roberts. Has to turn back. Instead drops it off in the near corner. On the dribble is Lagaki. Gets in the lane. Kisses the front of the iron. It actually hits in the lane where Hannah Taverdi picks it up for the Rams. Good solid box out. No one went and got the ball. Rams fortunate to get it back after it hit the court on the miss. Ellen Nystrom, step back, Ellie Gustafsson spins in the lane into a double team and hits anyway. That's just athleticism. A nearly out of control spin move in the lane, right into a double team, but elevated over the defense and hit. 15-9 Rams, 2:43. Roberts, right of the arc, releases. Now they go to the far wing to Baker. Baker, top of the key to Lagaki. Lagaki, as Gustafsson steps back to the elbow. Lagaki wants to drive hard baseline, picked up by Auskolin on the switch. Retreats to the far corner. Now on the wing, around the perimeter they go left to right. On the catch is Tapia, goes through the lane, has it knocked away. Cotton's shot is off the mark, but the offensive rebound comes out to Wyoming. They don't realize that the shot clock was not reset, and I think they might want to take a look at this one because it seemed to me that Bailey Cotton's shot on the left side of the rim hit the rim, but it was not reset on the shot clock. So I think we're going to give the basketball back to Wyoming here on the offensive rebound, but not before the officials take a look at it and determine that the shot clock should have been reset. It was on the far side of the rim from my position over here near the Rams bench, but I think it may have ticked off of the iron. So we'll hold out for a minute as, again, we have a conference while the officials sort this one out. 2 minutes and 18 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Colorado State leads 15-9 over the Cowgirls of Wyoming. Colorado State basketball this evening brought to you by UC Health. With more clinical trials and advanced treatments than any other health system in the region, the game changers in medicine are at UC health. So Ellen Nystrom and Ellie Gustafsson, each with 6 points apiece. 2 of 4 from the field is Nystrom. She's a perfect 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. Gustafsson, 3 of 4 from the field. So after review, we will keep it with Wyoming as expected. Put 27 seconds on the shot clock, 2 minutes and 18. So on the far hash, Liv Roberts will trigger it in for the Cowgirls. Here we go. Rams have been in a man-to-man all day, as has Wyoming. On the dribble to the right wing is Roberts. Correction, that's Marta Gomez, the sophomore, 6'1" from Spain, checked in at that intermission. Around the perimeter to the right side of the arc is Tapia. Tapia tries to go on Nystrom. Instead, kicks it back out. Legaki looks over the defense. Now goes to the far wing on the dribble penetration and the dish out. 5 to shoot. It's up and away, off to the left as Ellie Gustafsson. Probably the best defensive stop that we've seen from Colorado State here tonight, as Gustafsson had boxed out Marlia Campbell, the 6'2" junior from Lenexa, Kansas. Turnover down low as Wyoming emerges with the basketball and races into the front court with it. The Rams retreat in their orange uniform. Still 15-9, 95 seconds till the end of the first quarter. They lob it down low to Roberts, catches on the pro post, dribbles away from the pressure, dishes out to Campbell. Her 3 is off the heel, and the rebound on the weak side to Sophie Triggetson. Rams want to slow things down. As Taverdi now has it in her hands near the jump circle. She's shadowed on the outside by Tapia, gets to the near wing, bounce pass, finds Gustafsson, turns, faces, fires, won't get a roll, and the rebound pulled out by Campbell of Wyoming. Quickly outlets on the outside to Tapia. Hesitates, tries to go all the way through, shaded off onto the baseline. Dishes it out to a trailing Roberts left of the arc. She releases to the far wing. On the dribble penetration is Legaki. Spins and traveled. Double team a little bit late to get there, but Legaki didn't see it coming and just blindly spun into it on the dribble. The third Wyoming turnover. And with 56.6 seconds, the Rams try to build upon a 6-point advantage, 15-9. Taverdi will walk it into the front court. It's a high screen, but instead rejects it and comes to the left of the arc. Top of the key now is Ellie. Turns, faces, wants to get to the elbow. Step back jumper is up and good. Ellie Gustafsson's 8th point on a step back 15-foot jumper. Set up her defender and splashed it home. 17-9 Rams, 30 seconds. About a 7-second differential game clock to shot clock. On the left free throw line extended is Roberts. Releases to the top of the key. On the move is Taylor Rusk. Now releases to the far side to Legaki. Gets to the corner, dishes it out on the far wing. 9 to shoot, 16 before the end of the quarter. They go into the far sideline to Legaki. Wants to drive hard all the way through the lane. Gets there, kisses it off of the back of the iron, and it falls through. Another solid take from Haley Legaki. So with 4 seconds, they get it into Taverdi. She gets it into the front court. Turns, fires, half court, heave, won't bank home. Settling on the outside, getting some open looks, especially Gustafsson and Ellen Nystrom. Second quarter begins right now. Rams basketball as Taverdi into the front court, bounces into the pro post near side to Nystrom. Head and shoulder fake, gets on the baseline. Her jumper is off the mark to the left. And Wyoming clears out. Nystrom now 2 of 5 from the field. Roberts to the right of the arc. Hands it off on the dribble penetration. Now picking up her dribble. She has to look for some help. Instead fires away and hits as no one closed out on Liv Roberts. So now she is 2 for 2 from downtown. And just like that, a 5-0 Wyoming run straddling the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second has trimmed the Rams' advantage to just 3, 17-14. Taverdi now to the right of the arc. Nystrom, her fadeaway jumper from 17 is up and good. Just a catch and quick release. Kind of drifting back was Nystrom. She's got 8 now, tied with Gustafsson for team high. Right wing is Roberts. Liv Roberts with the basketball. Now releases to Legaki. Legaki replaces her on the dribble near wing. Top of the key is Taylor Rusk. Back top of the key to Roberts. Taverdi jumps out on her. Now they go into the far corner where they find Campbell. Around the perimeter they go left to right. Now they come on the near wing to Rusk. Top of the key. Catch and attack is Gomez. Stops at the elbow. Dishes it out. Long 3 is off to the right where Nystrom has the rebound. Shot clock winding down. A little bit of an out-of-rhythm heave from the left of the line. Hannah Taverdi fakes the drive, instead crosses over. Now gets to the outside, dishes into the corner to Mayan Ham. Back to Taverdi. Taverdi will reset with 14 on the shot clock. Just underway, second quarter, Rams lead 19-14. Lob down to the pro post to Gustafsson. Head and shoulder fake, jab step, gets into the lane, ducks underneath, floater is up, and good off of the front of the iron. Ellie Gustafsson, the big-time take. Faked as she was going down the baseline, instead drove into the lane, and that's a tough shot as she's floating to her left, releasing with her right hand. Got it to fall anyway. Mayan Ham on the offense gets a little bit of a swipe, but it's pulled up by Campbell near half court. So Wyoming still with the basketball, resets to Roberts. They lob down inside to Campbell. Double team comes. It's too late, and the ball is knocked away, last touched by Colorado State. So Wyoming catches a little bit of a break as the double team came down on Marlia Campbell. She lost the handle, but they're going to say Colorado State swiped it away. So with 7 on the shot clock, Wyoming will trigger it into the left of the cylinder on the baseline. Roberts gets the basketball. Wants to lob inside, instead goes over the top where they find Legaki. Legaki steps inside, gets to the free throw line, has it blocked. Oh, and a high five against Ellie Gustafsson. Yep, came down as she tried to swat it away and block the jump shot from Legaki at the free throw line. Came down and gave her a tap on the wrist. So rather than a shot clock violation, Legaki will shoot 2. First free throw is too strong, no good. Legaki with 6 points, tied for team lead with Roberts. And she missed another one as Gustafsson almost lost the missed carom, but managed to corral. So 2 missed opportunities. Gustafsson 10 points already. Gets her 3rd rebound off of the missed free throw. Still 21-14, 7:30 in the second. Lob underneath, catch by Gustafsson, and hits the layup. Went over the top, chased it down as Baker was fronting Gustafsson on the near side. Ellie's got 12 now. On the move is Rusk. Comes right wing to Roberts. Top of the key, Legaki. Legaki surveys the scene as the Rams fall back a little bit. They'll let her shoot that 3. Instead, she dribbles to the near wing. Around the perimeter, they go to the far side. On the dribble is Rusk. Gets all the way through. Wild bank shot is too strong, where Hannah Taverdi has the weak side board. She wants to press some pace. Gets into the front. Looks for a trailing Nystrom. Nystrom's going to put her head down, go all the way through. Bumped. Can't get it to fall, but a late reaction by Rusk will draw the blocking foul. Taverdi turned on the Jets in transition. Got into the front court and dished to pass off to a trailing Nystrom. Nystrom saw the seas part down the right side of the lane and attacked hard. 8 points for Nystrom now. Make it 9 as she hits another free throw. 24-14, the Rams' first double-digit advantage. They lead by 10. 6 minutes and 58 seconds still to go in the second quarter. Nystrom eyes another free throw, and it's good. So both Gustafsson and Nystrom in double digits. Ellie with 12, Ellen with 10. Rams leading by 11, 25-14. Right wing is Roberts. Right of the arc is Rusk. Rusk hands it off, and the drive down the middle is Tapia, and gets all the way through and lays it in. Again, the Rams help defense, a little bit slow to rotate, and another hard attack by Wyoming, getting in the paint. As Taverdi on the dribble, crosses over near half court. Now she comes to the left of the arc, where she is shadowed by Tapia. Lobs down to the pro post to Gustafsson. Gustafsson gets in the lane. Floater is off to the right. Good defense down low by Baker. Wyoming clears and on the move. Trailing the play is Roberts. Goes baseline, cut off by Taverdi. Trailing the play is Baker. Gets into the elbow. Loses the handle. Now lobs it back out to Roberts. Wyoming reverses the basketball to Roberts on the far side. Has it blocked away, but a foul. Again, Roberts cutting from the right wing all the way to the far block. Taverdi got her on the elbow. Not a good interior pass from the far wing. 25-16, 2 free throws upcoming for Roberts. She's 2 of 3 from the field. She's made both of her triples. Free throw hits the iron and trickles home. 25-17, 6 minutes and 10 seconds in the second quarter. Roberts' second free throw is off to the left, and Nystrom tracks it down. So for a Wyoming squad that came in shooting nearly 76% from the free throw line, tonight's just 1 of 4. Trigetson on the right corner, wants to think about a 3, but picks up her dribble. Now lobs it down on the baseline. Gustafsson turns, faces, fires, and hits. Ellie Gustafsson being extremely aggressive here this evening. She's now 7 of 10 from the field for 14 points. Rams back up by 10, 27-17. Left of the arc is Tapia. And they go underneath as the Rams defense broke down, and Taylor Rusk snuck behind on the baseline for an easy layup. 27-19, 5:27. As Nystrom brings it into the front court unimpeded. To the left wing is Gustafsson. Gustafsson shadowed on the outside by Baker. Hands off to Taverdi. Taverdi, jumper from the right, is off the mark, no good. No rebounding for the Rams as Roberts clears out for the Cowgirls. She keeps it herself, brings it into the front court to Tapia right of the arc. Lobs down low. Has good, solid position down low. Roberts just going after Taverdi, and that's a matchup that Wyoming can exploit. When they bring Roberts down, she's a strong base, a very strong physical player, had good position on the near block. Rams were unable to stop her. Gustafsson now on the dribble penetration, kicks out to Triggerson, thinks about a three instead, head and shoulder fake, floating jumper is just off the rim. And again, a fadeaway from the elbow, does not find the mark. Wyoming continuing to attack, trailing by just 6 now, 27-21. Top of the key now is Rusk. Goes around the perimeter to the left wing to Baker. Baker's interior pass and a long bank shot is too strong by Roberts. Again, they had her posted up, this time on the far block. Taverdi had the good defensive assignment and forced an errant shot. Going all through the lane is Nystrom, kicks out, Triggerson triple, front of the iron, rebound to Wyoming. Rams going cold here as Wyoming will take a timeout. 4 minutes and 11 seconds. So after the Cowgirl timeouts taken by the bench, Wyoming will trigger it in on the far sideline. Rams defense has been in a man-to-man all night. Nystrom, Gustafsson, and Triggerson alongside Taverdi and Mayan Ham, the 5 Aggies out there in orange and green. Pumpkin and alfalfa, I should say. Here we go, back to the action. Wyoming on the attack. They come right of the arc into the hands of Marta Gomez. Gomez over the top to Tapia. Now it's a 2-3 zone for Colorado State. They switched up as Gomez's jumper is too strong. Nystrom has the weak side board. So just as I talked about the Rams staying in a man-to-man all day, they switch up out of that timeout into a 2-3 look. Triggerson loses the handle. Ooh, got away with a double dribble, but they let him play on. Taverdi now with the basketball to the left of the arc. Dribbles near wing, picks up. Top of the key is Gustafsson. Head and shoulder fake. Thinks about stepping back, but won't pull the trigger. Instead goes to the far wing with it. On the dribble with Baker. Now she jumps and fires. Oh, it is all Ellie Gustafsson. That hit all of the rim and some glass and managed to fall through for Gustafsson. That is a tough bounce for Wyoming. You know you're having a good shooter's night when you get a bounce like that. Wyoming on the attack now. Loses it as Mayan Ham has a steal. Into the hands of Taverdi. Taverdi's trying to outrace Tapia. Tapia's got her beat. Moves to her left and hits. It crossed over. That's another tough play for Hannah Taverdi in transition. She crossed over to her left. The right-handed shooter managed to slither the bank shot home. And it's back up to a 10-point Ram lead. 31-21. 2:53 before the half. Flashing into the lane as Baker loses the handle. And it goes out of bounds. Correction, that's Roberts. Had it knocked away on the spin move to the far block. 17 to shoot. It remains Wyoming basketball. Mayan Ham stays on the court. It looked for a moment that Steen Austin was going to replace her. Instead, Triggerson takes a seat. So triggering it into the left of the cylinder is Wyoming. They lob over the top where it's tracked down by Gomez and near the far hash. They bring it to the near wing. Right in front of the Rams bench is Baker. Drives to the lane, loses it. It's pulled up by Baker. Now she skips away from it. Back outside to Rusk. Her triple is good. Rams bench complaining about a travel and a 3-second violation that never came. Instead, it's a made triple on the outside by Taylor Rusk. 31-24, 2.5 to go. Gustafsson stops at the free throw line. Her jumper is good again. Gustafsson, 9 of 12. She's got 18. 33-24, Colorado State. Come inside on the flash, turning, facing, firing, Baker, and hits from short range. Got into the center of that 2-3 zone. No one came in and stopped her, so Baker just calmly turned and splashed home the jumper. And it's 33-26, under 2 minutes to go in the second. Auskelin on the weave to Taverdi, right wing. Gets to the free throw line between the leg dribble, can't find anywhere to go with it, so she backs away. Now comes to Ham. Lob over the top is way too high for Nystrom. And the officials saying that no one touched it. Moby Faithful claiming a Wyoming fingertip got a hold of that. I don't think so. I think it was just an errant pass. So an unforced turnover, and Wyoming gets it back. And the Rams stay in that 2-3 zone. On the right wing is Rusk. Hit a 3 from the far side last time out. They go around the perimeter to the left corner. Gomez, back top of the key. Tapia on the dribble, gets to the elbow, dishes out in the far side to Gomez, tries to drive baseline, now zips a pass out to the top of the key. Baker, one more pass, comes near corner, 3 ball is up and nothing but nets. Crisp ball movement by the Cowgirls around the perimeter left to right as the Rams 2-3 zone did not rotate and close down on Roberts, a 40% three-point shooter, and she made them pay today. 3 for 3 from downtown is Liv Roberts. She's got 12. 33-29, Rams lead to just 4 with 60 seconds to play. Going all the way through is Gustafsson, has it swatted away, wants a call, won't get it. Rebound to Rusk. Rusk presses some pace, gets it outside into the hands of Tapia, drives hard baseline, and the officials missed another one on the baseline. As again, the orange out crowd looking for an infraction and a whistle that never comes. Ball is tapped away by Nystrom on the baseline. Keep it with Wyoming. Rusk will trigger it in, goes over the top, where Roberts corrals near half court. Releases to Tapia. 45 seconds, 20 to shoot. Roberts to the left wing. Goes around the perimeter to the top of the key now does Wyoming. Come right free throw line extended to Tapia. Tapia wants to break down Taverdi. Closes her down, gets all the way through, has it partially deflected, and a good stop by Hannah Taverdi on the take. Nearly identical game clock, shot clock, 33-29, Colorado State and Wyoming. Taverdi into the front court with it, 18 to go before half. Taverdi to her left, now to Gustafsson, 14 to shoot. She turns faces, they clear it out. It's all the orange jerseys on the far side. Now with 9 to shoot, the Rams are going to take that timeout with 8.4 seconds. Use it or lose it timeout for the Rams. They want to set something up. Taverdi, Gustafsson, Nystrom, Triggetson, and Auskelen. Go outside to Nystrom. Nystrom with 5 to shoot. Double team, skips it over the top. It's tapped away into the far corner by Roberts. So with 2.6 seconds, the Rams have to let it fly. Going to be a catch and release. Triggetson in that coffin corner far side. Wants to go to Nystrom. And a push on the outside. It's not going to be in the bonus, so with 1.3 seconds left, that actually works out for Wyoming. They ran out of about a second on the inbound set. Now they're going to put it at 1.5. So that's just the only team foul. They can continue to foul. Nystrom catches, turns, and can't get it away. It's off the front of the iron anyway, as Wyoming got a momentary stop. Got a shot clock violation, as they're going to say that's with 0.4 of a second left. Wyoming will have one more opportunity. That's the correct call, as there was a 0.4 differential between shot clock and game clock. So Nystrom unable to get the shot off in time as the second quarter expired. There was that 0.4 differential. So now Wyoming, an opportunity they're going to put 0.6 on actually. And Wyoming's content to just trigger it in and go to the locker room.
Halftime here at Moby Arena in a Thursday night classic. Colorado State leading Wyoming from 2017. 33-29 at the intermission. Ellie Gustafsson is still with us, as is Ellen Nystrom, joined, of course, by head coach Ryan Williams. All right, in that first half, you scored 33 points. Ellie, you had 18 of them, and Ellen, you had 10. Obviously, something was working coming out the gate. Ellie, what was working for you?
I think my confidence was really good. I felt like I was trusting myself with the ball. I took my shots. I did my moves, but then also like a lot of the shots, just opportunity in general, was not because of only me. It was because Ellen has some really good passes, and just the team in general. They found me and they set good screen, made me open. So I think it was just a good mix of everything.
Ellen, you were facilitating a lot of the time. Obviously, you realize you're so good, and historically this is one of your strengths, is your ability to realize the flow of a game, what's working, what's not, maybe quicker than some other people. What did you recognize your role was going to have to be as the game progressed?
I think it was going to be get the ball in the right hands, and at that game it was Ellie's hands. So, we tried to get a ball in Ellie's hands because we know we were going to get a good shot every time.
Yeah, Hannah Taverdi, Sophie Triggetson, Stina Auskelen were the starting five, and as we mentioned in the opener, Mayan Ham comes off the bench. Coach, you saw how this was progressing. You realized that the game was going to be a struggle. How did you start handling some of the rotations and the minutes and trying to get people all involved and not just make it a one-person show, even though Ellie really wanted it that way?
Well, Ellie had a tremendous game and had the advantage probably as far as matchup goes. And we probably facilitated a lot of our offense through Ellie in that game. And Ellen, if you get to that fourth quarter, The ball was in her hands at the top of the key, and she was going to decide how that possession was going to end with either a basket or an assist. But the thing is, when you do play Wyoming, it's just difficult to get any type of flow and rhythm offensively. And again, and how they run their motion. We went with a short bench that game, and so Mayan did come in and have a tremendous game defensively, but it's a game too it's kind of a slugfest where there's not a lot of fast break opportunities, and kids aren't going to get tired all that often, so you don't have to probably go as deep. And it's just one of those games, Woes, you've called enough of them to where if anybody goes on a 6-7-8-0 run, that could be the game right there. And so I just remember, we were going to go with our great leadership, which was Ellie and Ellen and the likes of Stina and Taverdi, those kids that have logged a ton of minutes for us and won a lot of games. You're gonna just kind of go with that group for as long as you can.
Ellen, I'm going to ask Ellie the exact same question. We'll go to you first. Obviously, this is the penultimate border war that you're going to play in. You're wrapping up your senior year, so you've been through it. You know how tough Wyoming is going to be. Were there any extra emotional attachments that in a very close game that maybe gave you that little extra edge because you realized how hard it's been, and this may be one of the few times I'm going to be able to enjoy this environment? Was there an extra added bonus to you playing that way?
Yeah, I think for us, every year, our senior year was like, this might be the last time we're playing this team. This might be the last time we're playing this team, So I think before every game, we always came into the game to do the best that we can because this might be the last time we played that team. And this is one of the few last times that we were going to play together. So for sure. And then just being a border war, orange out game, that just brings the level up more. So yeah, for sure.
Ellie, how about you? Did you have that sort of sense of added pressure on you?
Oh, pressure. I think it was a good type of pressure because, as Ellen said, it was orange out game, it was border war, it was it wasn't a senior night, but it was just in general like a last game in so many different things that it just, I don't know, maybe you got a different type of energy. And as Ellen said, I felt like that was the last time I would play with Ellen because Ellen was a huge key to my success. So it was just so much fun to play with her, and I felt like I enjoyed every game, and that game was just so much more because you wanted to win because it was Wyoming. So no, it was. I agree with what she was saying.
So 26 points you end up with. I mentioned 18 as we stand at the half. Okay, let me ask you this. It was your last time in the beautiful pumpkin and alfalfa jerseys. Fond memories of the orange out and the pumpkin jerseys. Ellie, what do you think?
Yeah, no, they were, maybe not. They didn't really fit me the way I, look. But I played good, so I can't complain, right?
That's right. If we get you 26 points, and do it all over the place. Ellen, did it match your color profile a little bit better?
No, not at all. Even worse. Just looking at it was funny because our jerseys look so big. Because I feel like now in Spain, it's more of a kind of a tighter jersey. So for us, it just looks like the jersey was so baggy. It was just like, funny. Yeah.
All right, final question for Coach Williams. We'll wrap this up and get back to the game. Obviously, you knew it was a struggle. You had that 4-point advantage at the intermission. What was your outlook, and what were you trying to get done in that second half to secure the victory?
Yeah, just play every possession, like it's the most important possession, just because that's how it is when you play a game of this magnitude. But, Ellen and Ellie were just so good together. And I do remember at halftime, we weren't going to change a lot. We were still going to facilitate through, those two kids and obviously two of the best players in the league, and let them decide how this outcome was going to, take place. But, I think Ellen had 18 points, 10 boards, 6 assists. Of those 6 assists, I think 4 were to Ellie. Yep. And they just had such a great chemistry together. And it wasn't always in scoring, but, the thing I noticed was when you watch the game is just how much they talked. And whether they were talking in Swedish, I don't know, but the communication by those two to the group and to each other it's quite noticeable. And they, again, good leadership. Two really good captains, and that was a fun win. And I didn't realize it was the 7th time in a row that we had beat Wyoming, which is not easy to do. So, hats off to that group and that team that won a lot of games against the Brown and Gold.
Indeed, they did. Let's get to a thrilling conclusion of the Border War from February 15th, 2017 on Thursday Night Classic. Stick with us. We'll be around for some more interviews and wrap this one up after the game is over. See you then.
Rebounding all square, 14 apiece, although Wyoming does have 3 offensive rebounds, as Colorado State has turned the basketball over 3 times, Wyoming with 4. We begin the third quarter right now. We'll get to the individual numbers as this quarter progresses, but Wyoming on the attack now, moving right to left. Tapia goes inside, now dishes it out to Roberts. Going to step away from the pressure of Nystrom to the far wing. 9 to shoot, top of the key. Tapia releases left of the arc, back of the bracket, long rebound. And it comes out into the hands of Legaki. Second life for Wyoming. They go down low to Roberts, bodied up underneath. Tough bank shot is up and good for Liv Roberts. Again, they flash from the opposite wing to the near block, whether that's right to left or left to right. And when Roberts posts up, she has a size advantage. She's playing very physical down low and finishing through some contact. Another good advantage for Wyoming down low. Taverdi gets into the lane, tries to duck underneath. Bank shot is way too strong. Rebound to Cotton. Rams lead trimmed to just 2. On the move on the outside is Legaki. Legaki to Roberts. Around the perimeter they go, left to right. High screen from Cotton. Dribbling out to the far wing. Around the perimeter they find Roberts left of the arc. Now on the near side is Baker. Goes inside, fadeaway banker is up and good for Liv Roberts. Again, a little pump of the fist as she picks up right where she left off. Roberts now, she's got 16, and we're all tied up, 33 apiece. Gustafsson tries to get it in the lane, kicks it out to Triggerson. She'll go on the weave, stops at the far elbow. Now back outside, skips over the top to Taverdi near wing. Dribbles to the top of the key, lobs down to the pro post where Gustafsson catches, tries to go baseline, 6-footer is up and good. Baker couldn't stop her, so Gustafsson and Roberts, the leading scorers, leading the way for both squads. Gustafsson an even 20 now. Roberts with 16. She's got 4 to start the third frame. Top of the key. Quick 3 rattles out, and the rebound fought forward. Nystrom emerges with it on the weak side. Nystrom into the front court with it. Rams by 2, 35-33. They go baseline to Taverdi. Wants to drive into the lane. Floater is off to the left as it was hampered by Natalie Baker. Quickly outlets on the outside to Tapia. Tapia on the far wing. Now trailing the play is Baker. To Roberts. Around the perimeter left wing is Tapia. Tapia back to Roberts. Wants to get inside the perimeter. Goes all the way to the far block. Wild shot is too strong, but Cotton and O-board. Her putback is up and good. There's a second chance point. The 4th of the night on the O-board. It's the 5th offensive rebound. Colorado State does not have a single offensive rebound. Back tied up again, 35-35. Gustafsson for 3, front of the iron, rebound pulled out by Baker. Again, nobody in orange jerseys hitting the offensive glass, so it's an easy clear out. Quick 3 on the right side. Oh, that's just too strong, and the long rebound to Taverdi on the near wing. Stay at 35-35. 3 minutes expired in the third quarter. Come to Nystrom right of the arc. She looks over the defense of Roberts. Instead releases on the baseline to Gustafsson. Bodied underneath by Cotton. Spins in the lane, and a head and shoulder fake through the lane is up and good. So it doesn't matter who it is, whether it's Natalie Baker or Bailey Cotton. Bailey Gustafsson continues her hot scoring. Now 11 of 16 from the field, 22 points. Rams up by 2, 37-35. Right of the arc is Roberts. One more pass to the far wing. Dribbles to the elbow, now dishes back out to Roberts, who retreated to the right free throw line extended. Back top of the key is Tapia, goes all the way through, dishes it across on the free throw line, on the baseline. A long 3 from the near corner is off the marker by Baker, and Colorado State gets the defensive rebound. Taverdi to a trailing Gustafsson, to Triggerson on the weave, top of the key, stops at the free throw line, picks up her dribble, needs some help. She goes to Taverdi left wing. Now they go down low in the pro post to Nystrom. Nystrom face guarded on the outside by Roberts. A little bumping underneath, and a floating banker is way too strong, but Nystrom gets her O-board. Back to Taverdi. The Rams get second life. Triggerson, head and shoulder fake, loses it off her hands. Out of bounds. Last touch by Wyoming. I thought, again, maybe that went off of the shin or the knee of Sophie Triggerson, who had it swiped away near the far elbow as she was driving down the left side of the lane. But they say it was last touched by a cowgirl. So the Rams, Stina Auskelin, lobs it over the top. Still 23 to shoot, plenty time. You want to go inside, no look pass comes to Triggetson. Her 3-ball in the near corner, too strong, but Mayan Ham has the O board. And a reach-in foul will go against Bailey Cotton. Tried to grab the ball, only found Mayan Ham's forearm and dragged her down to the court. Cotton's second personal foul. So with 5:43, Rams triggered in. 37-35 Rams. They led by 4 at the break. And there's a tap away and a clean steal by Wyoming. They've got numbers. On the push on the left wing is Roberts. Instead waits for a trailing Baker. So now Wyoming, after the steal on the inbound set, sets up their offense. Driving hard down the left side is Roberts. Maybe shuffled the feet a little bit. Will be play on. In the far wing now is Tapia. Dribbles to the far corner. Wants to go on Triggetson. Loses it off of her back and out of bounds. Oh, my. They're going to say that Triggetson poked that away? I don't know about that. It was on the far side of the court. Anita Ortega had a better look at it than I do. So this is one we're going to have to just trust the zebra on the far side. Either way, with 5 minutes and 15 seconds and 4 seconds on the shot clock, the officials going to take a look at it. It will remain with Wyoming. They're going to say that Triggetson poked it away. Sure looked like Tapia was trying to dribble behind the back and maybe caught her own heel and knocked it out of bounds. But either way, Wyoming keeps it. They have 4 seconds to get a shot off. Roberts will have it on the far sideline. Gets it in out near half courts to Rusk. Rusk crosses over to her right side. 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. They go on the far wing now. On the move is Baker. Gets all the way through. Scoop shot is too strong. Rebound tapped loose where Triggetson tracks it down and hands off to Nystrom. Little scramble drill in the lane. Colorado State's aggressively going after the miss. Nystrom wants a high screen. Goes to the right side. Tries to cross over where she's double teamed. Lob up underneath and a hold underneath as the pass falls errantly away and another steal by Wyoming. Haley Lagaki presses a little bit of pace, but the Rams get back and close things down. Taylor Russ, top of the key. Still the Rams by 2, 37-35. 4:44. Next stoppage brings that media timeout. Top of the key is Roberts. 16 points on 6 of 10 from the field for her. Quick 3 in the far corner is off the mark. No good. Gustafsson corrals for the Rams. Rams are going to slow the pace a little bit as Nystrom jogs into the front court with it. Rams moving left to right in the orange out uniforms here this evening. Directing traffic is Nystrom still on the dribble. Bounce pass comes down in the near pro post to Gustafsson. Wants to drive baseline, spin in the lane. Step back floater is just a bit flat, and the carry comes out to Roberts. So Colorado State hasn't had a point in nearly 2.5 minutes. Wyoming scoreless for 3. And an offensive foul as Roberts tried one too many spin moves. Nystrom read it all the way, planted her feet, and took the bump. So credit Ella Nystrom with the milkshake. Player control foul against Wyoming. Significant foul trouble here this evening. DeVerde brings it into the front court now for Colorado State. To Gustafsson at the top of the key. She's got 22. Release it to Auskulin right wing. She's going to go all the way through. Dish out now on the far side to DeVerde. DeVerde to Auskulin. Lobs into the corner where they find Nystrom. Face guarded by Roberts. Wants to back her down. Double team comes. Dishes it out. Auskulin, 3-ball, in and out. Good look. Stina Auskulin. And a double dribble again. Overlooked by the officials as Roberts, another rebound for her. Driving hard, fadeaway jumper, somehow climbs over the left side on a fadeaway baseline shot from 6 feet. And credit Lagaki with knocking down a tough shot and tying us all back up, 37-37. Left wing now is Gustafsson. Comes to DeVerde. DeVerde out front now to Auskulin. Lobs down to the pro post, now turning and facing right side is Gustafsson. Gustafsson dishes back out to Auskulin. She won't fire the 3. Instead, it's going to go all the way through, and the layup take right side. So Auskulin couldn't find the range from the left of the arc. A little pump fake, opened up the driving lane right side, and a quick duck under take and a layup for Stina Auskulin. Rams up 2, 39-37. They come inside, spin move by Roberts, fouled by Nystrom. And going to the line, shooting 2. Is Roberts, right at her season average at 15.4. She sits at 16 and has 2 free throws. 1 for 2 from the line is the Cowgirls' leading scorer. First one is good. Make it 39-38. Rams by 1. Wyoming's Roberts looks to tie it up, and she does. 39-39, 2:47 in the third. So after the made free throws, Ellen Nystrom will run the show for Colorado State. Releases the basketball now to DeVerde, who takes over point duties. Dribbles right of the arc now. As Rusk falls back on her to Nystrom right of the arc. Wants to go all the way into Roberts. Little left-handed bank shot is no good, and Roberts' solid defense closed off any angle, and Roberts gets the rebound as well. 6th board for the leading scorer. And a basket on the inside. It's going to be Taylor Rusk. Gets the basket and one as Ellie Gustafsson picks up the personal foul on the spin move in the lane. So Taylor Rusk, a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. Presses the Cowgirls up by 2, 41-39. She barely even hit the front of the iron with the free throw. So Colorado State now trailing by 2 as we approach the 2-minute warning, 2:14 to be exact. Taverdi dribbles to the far wing with it, picks up to Gustafsson. Turns and faces Baker. Comes to Mayan Ham on the right wing. Back to Gustafsson, has it momentarily tapped away. Back to Ham. She's on the dribble, has to retreat. Now she resets. Bounce pass comes down to Gustafsson. Back to Ham. Her 3-ball right of the arc is off the mark to the right. Goes to Wyoming. A rushed shot as the shot clock was winding down, and Colorado State now on the night just 1 of 9 from three-point land. And they trail by 2, 41-39. Rusk brings it into the front court. Releases right, free throw line extended to Baker. Baker, top of the key now, is Legaki. Releases it near side to Rusk. One more pass, driving hard baseline is Baker. Gets all the way through, instead loses it. And dribbled it out of bounds on the baseline. So Nystrom shaded her into the baseline, and the Rams get the turnover on the Baker drive. 95 seconds to play in quarter number 3. 41-39 Wyoming. Top of the key is Gustafsson. Goes to the left, free throw line extended, Auskulund. Out of the far post is Nystrom. Goes all the way through Baker. Just gets over the outstretched arms of Natalie Baker. And we're all tied again, 41-41. Nystrom, her 14th point. Correction, 12th point. 4 of 9 from the field. Left free throw line extended is Legaki. Legaki dribbles into the far corner. Wants to go baseline on Taverdi. Gets underneath, hangs and hits. Another strong take by Haley Legaki, the 5'8 senior from Sheridan. Has hit 2 from that spot on the baseline over Taverdi. She's in double figures now. 10 points for Legaki, joining Roberts with 18. Gustafsson with 22 and Ellen Nystrom with 12. Down low to Nystrom. Turns, looks at the defensive Baker. Wants to back her down. Steps all the way through. Floater is up and goes down. 43-43. 6-second differential game clock, shot clock. Wyoming's going to have to release it. Into the front court is Rusk. All tied 43-43. Right of the arc is Tapia. Now one more pass to the right, free throw line extended to Rusk. Back top of the key is Gomez. Gomez on the outside now, gets into the hands of Liv Roberts. Stina Auskulund has her. 9 to shoot for Wyoming. Right of the arc is Legaki. Legaki gets all the way in the lane. Bump, dishes out to Roberts. 3 to shoot, 2. Roberts' wild shot is up and good. Oh, what a take by Liv Roberts. And with 3 seconds, Hannah Taverdi gets it into the front court, fires up a shot that is well short. And Wyoming continues to make big shots under duress and enjoy a 2-point advantage after 3 quarters of play. Fourth quarter begins right now. Rams trail by 2. Nystrom catches it left of the arc. Looks at the defense of Liv Roberts. Gets to the free throw line, elevates, and can't get the roll to fall. And the weak side rebound pulled out by Natalie Baker for Wyoming. Nystrom now 5 of 11 from the field, stuck on 14 points as she missed a contested jumper from the free throw line. And Wyoming looks to attack. They go down low, and hitting the deck was Baker. Oh dear, or excuse me, Roberts. She is clutching her knee. This is not pleasant. And really making a case, as you heard Ryan Williams say in our pregame show, for contending for that Mountain West Player of the Year. But right now it looks like her night may be over. We hope not. Back to the action now after the timeout. Colorado State gets the basketball back on the turnover. They trail by 2. They go to Gustafsson. Gets a head and shoulder fake, dishes out. Auskulund, left of the arc, triple is off to the right. So the Rams now 1 of 12. Offensive rebound on the far side. They're going to say that Colorado State lost the handle. And Wyoming gets it back. Oh, shielded off momentarily on the far side, but either way, it's going to be a missed 3 from Auskulund, a rebound to Wyoming. Here we go. The Rams need to play some defense. 9:04, long way to go in this one as Wyoming on the attack. Top of the key is Legaki. Legaki gets to the elbow, spins, still in the lane, now dishes out on the outside to Rusk. Rusk releases top of the key to Tapia. Tapia goes all the way through. Shot is contested, and Gustafsson came in with it. And grabbing her and pulling her to the ground was Tapia. So Colorado State's a contested stop by Hannah Taverdi on a drive down the left side of the lane resulted in a errant shot that Ellie Gustafsson was able to corral. Her 7th rebound to go along with 22 points. 8:44 and counting. Rams trail by 2. Still 45-43 Cowgirls. Ham takes one dribble. Now has to go down low where Nystrom is on the post. Turns and faces Ligaki. Wants to go to her right. Loses the handle. Dishes it out. One more pass far corner. Taverdi. 3-ball is up and good. The Rams by 1. 46-45. Nystrom lost her footing. Had the presence of mind to release it to the far wing. One more pass from Auskelen, and Taverdi splashed home a triple. Rams needed that in a big way. Right wing now is Rusk. Rusk top of the key. Rams back up by 1, 46-45. Still 8:07 and counting. They kick it out. 3-ball left side from Gomez is too strong. And it caroms into the far corner where Stina Auskelen picks it up. Releases now to Nystrom. Moby faithful, sensing a little momentum. And there's a clean steal on the outside by Wyoming. Swipe of the pocket outside as Nystrom had her pocket picked cleanly by the Cowgirl defense. Wyoming back on the attack. High screen for Rusk. Wants to back away. The dish is out in the near corner where Baker has it. Back to left of the arc to Tapia. Now they reverse it left to right. Right free throw line extended is Gomez. 10 to shoot. Back top of the key one more time. On the dribble penetration to the right is Tapia. Gets all the way through. Has it blocked, but Auskelen with the personal foul on the reach. Solid take by Clara Tapia, the 5'7" Spaniard. Sophomore will go to the line and shoot 2 as Stina Auskelen will be called for the personal foul. Tapia scoreless here on the night as she misses the front of 2 free throws. So 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from downtown. She does have 3 assists, however, and just 1 turnover. And she missed them both. Ellen Nystrom with the near side rebound. That's Nystrom's 8th board to go along with 14 points. Rams by 1, 46-45 as Taverdi brings it into the front court. Dribbles to the near wing. Baseline all the way to Gustafsson. Head and shoulder fake. Wants to get in the lane. Bumped. Dishes out. One more pass. Ham. 3-ball in the corner. That's too strong. Rebound to Gustafsson. And a no board for the Rams. Second chance opportunity for Colorado State. They come near wing to Taverdi. Dribbles now near the jump circle at half court. So the Rams really resetting the offense. She's going to go to the far wing now. Tries to get it to Gustafsson. Instead, reverses the basketball top of the key to Nystrom. Nystrom. One more pass near side. On the move, Auskelen gets to the far elbow, dishes out on the far wing to Taverdi. Taverdi backs it away, directs some traffic. 6 to shoot, 5. Low down to Nystrom. One more pass to Taverdi. 3-ball right side, too strong. Rebound to Nystrom, who taps it out to Taylor Rusk. Instead of grabbing it with 2 hands, Nystrom just patty-caked it out where Rusk was waiting for it. Wyoming again on the attack. A chance to take the lead with a basket. They go to the far side to Baker. Baker dribbles to the far wing. Gustafsson shadows her in a man-to-man for Colorado State. They briefly toyed with a 2-3 zone in the second quarter. And dribbling it off of the shoot tops was Clara Tapia out of bounds on the baseline. So a turnover as Nystrom had some solid defense on a baseline drive by Tapia. Just her 2nd of the night, the 8th for the Cowgirls. The Rams have turned it over 6 times. Gives Colorado State the ball, trying to build upon a 1-point lead, 46-45. Rams bring it into the front court with 6 minutes remaining. Nystrom, head and shoulder fake, gets in the lane, dishes out. Auskelen, 3-ball right side is true. Triple in the near corner from Stina Auskelen, 49-45. The Rams a little token full court pressure, trying to speed things up, and Wyoming breaks it, going all the way through, and stopping is Baker. Now she retreats on the outside. Hands it off to Ligaki. Story so far is Colorado State's inability to hit the 3 and the injury to Liv Roberts, the leading scorer who has not returned since leaving a few minutes ago for the Cowgirls. Driving all the way through as Ligaki has it swatted away cleanly. Last touched by Wyoming. What a recovery from Ellen Nystrom to get a clean block on the Ligaki drive from the right wing to the near block. Got all ball, and as Ligaki tried to save it on the baseline, tapped it out of bounds. Colorado State by 4 with the basketball, 49-45. Nystrom gets to the far elbow, double-teamed, kicks it out to Gustafsson, steps in from the 10-foot jump shot is good. Mid-post jumper, Swede to Swede, and now the Rams really speeding it up. Tried to get a trap in the backcourt. Wyoming calmly lobs over the top as Ligaki will set up the offense. 51-45, Rams by 6 as we hit 5 minutes. Top of the key now is Ligaki. Releases on the right side to Rusk. Rusk loses it on the sideline. Another solid defensive stop. This time it was Mayan Ham. And Colorado State has come to life. Colorado State's trying to take control of their championship dreams as they have a 1-game advantage in the standings as Ellen Nystrom loses the handle. Now she's on her keister and has it knocked away. It's kicked free. Last touch by Marta Gomez and out of bounds on the baseline. Little Curly Neal Harlem Globetrotters right there as Ellen Nystrom was dribbling while she was seated on the near block. Rams catch a break as it was punted out of bounds by the collapsing Wyoming defense. Still 13 to shoot. They lob down low and it's off of the hands of Gustafsson as she was fronted. And it was a bad pass by Ellen Nystrom trying to force it into Gustafsson. So the Rams turn it right back over on some strong defense by Wyoming. Baker picked up full court by Mayan Ham. Again, man-to-man pressure by Colorado State as Rusk has it, now releases near the jump circle to Baker. She gets all the way through, no one slows her down, has it knocked away from behind, and Mayan Ham, a step too slow. Knocked it away from Natalie Baker. No help defense to close down the driving lane on the right side, so Baker will go to the line and shoot 2. 51-45. Colorado State leads, 4 minutes and 18 seconds still to play here in the fourth. First free throw is good. Baker, 4 points on the night, 2 of 5 from the field. She's made both of her free throws and make it 3. So Baker hits a pair and the Rams lead 51-47. 4:14 and counting. Ellen Nystrom runs the show. Goes to Gustafsson. Dribbles to the top of the key with it. Cotton sags back on her, so she releases to Taverdi. Taverdi goes all the way through and takes it into Cotton and spins a left-handed bank shot home on the drive. Hannah Taverdi attacking the 10 with alacrity. 53-47. Rams back up by 6. Wyoming's Ligaki tests the defense but retreats. Now they go to the right free throw line extended to Gomez. Back top of the arc is Rusk. Rusk zips a pass to the near wing, has it momentarily poked free where it's picked up by Baker in front of the Wyoming bench. On the move with 9 to shoot. Kicks it out to Ligaki, left of the arc. She dribbles to the top of the key, 5 to shoot. 1-on-1 against Ham, gets to the elbow, has it momentarily knocked away, and it is stolen. Mayan Ham, again, the quick hands just stole it away from Ligaki. 3:26, the Rams trying to build upon a 6-point lead. Now they come to Taverdi. Taverdi, top of the key. On the weave to Gustafsson. Tests Cotton, but she's there. Comes to Ham in the near corner. Ham dribbles away from the pressure around the perimeter. Lobs now inside to Nystrom, near side pro post. Turns and faces Ligaki. 15 feet away. Wants to drive baseline. Floater is up and off the mark. No good. Rebound to Cotton of Wyoming. Solid, strong defense by Ligaki on the baseline drive from Nystrom. 3 minutes exactly. Wyoming on the move. Brings it into the front court. It goes off of the back of Ham. Now they lob it out as Wyoming recovers it. Top of the key, Ligaki. Nystrom has her, looking for a high screen from Cotton, but they call it off. Instead, they go to the far corner where Baker has it. Dribbles now to the top of the key to Ligaki, 10 to shoot. Ligaki with Nystrom on her. Looks to the left. She'll fire a long 3. That's off the front of the iron. Rebound, tapped loose, where it's picked up and put back in by Taylor Rusk. Offensive rebound and put back as the Rams were lazy to the basketball on the long-range miss. And it's a 4-point Ram lead, 53-49. 2:25 and counting as Colorado State is going to use 8 timeouts. Not available in a tight contest here at Moby Arena. After the Rams timeouts, they go on the attack. Nystrom bodies down Ligaki, gets into the lane. Floater rattles home as Ellen Nystrom had the size mismatch. Just patient with it. And 16 now for Ellen. Rams by 6, 55-49. 2-minute warning in the border war. Colorado State needs a stop. They go top of the key now to Gomez. Gomez releases left of the arc to Ligaki. Ligaki on the dribble to Gomez, right free throw line extended. Wants to look inside, instead comes out top of the key to Rusk. Rusk, one more pass to Ligaki. 8 to shoot, 1:45 to play. Hesitates, jump back, gets her man in the air, won't release the basketball. Instead, trying to drive hard baseline and losing the handle, trying to duck underneath, and a shot clock violation. The Rams got the defensive stop they needed. Solid, disciplined man-to-man, not reaching, not bailing out the driver. And the Rams get the stop, trying to build on a 55-49 advantage as we have 93 seconds to end this. We come to Gustafsson, left free throw line extended. Top of the key is Nystrom. Nystrom wants to back down Ligaki again. Stops. Now wants to go backdoor cut to Taverdi. She catches and finishes. The vision and the assist from Ellen Nystrom, and the cut from the left wing to the near block, and a layup for Taverdi. The double team for Colorado State is escaped by Wyoming. They go in the far corner to Baker. Her three is good. The triple is good with 63 seconds. That three-point make a moment ago. So out of the Wyoming timeout, here we go. Colorado State brings it into the front court. Rusk shadows Taverdi. They go to Gustafsson, left wing. She dribbles away from the pressure. Rams lead by 5, 57-52. They go to Auskelin. One more pass to Ham, left free throw line extended. Dribbles that back near the hash. Instead releases to Nystrom, top of the key. The Rams have 10 to shoot, 43 to play. Nystrom gets all the way, dumps it in underneath, catch, and layup right side. Gustafsson slithering free on the baseline, found once again by a perfect pass from Nystrom. Running floater is up and good from the right block. And Wyoming not going anywhere. Will expend their final timeout. Just a two-pointer, so the Rams, with a 5-point advantage, are content to just go basket for basket right now. Full court pressure now by Wyoming as they get it into Gustafsson. Lobs it over the top, and they threw it away, but Nystrom tries to save it, and it's off the fingertips of Stina Auskelin, and a quick turnover. Wyoming still in it. 59-54, 27.5 seconds. Just as I was singing the praises of the Rams, taking care of the basketball under outside pressure, they get sloppy with it and throw it away. Wyoming needs a basket. They trigger it in. Shot clock is off. Crossing over to her left is Tapia. Goes all the way through. Wild shot is off the mark. No good as Nystrom has it and is fouled. Tapia got a good look attacking down the left side. The Rams backing up, letting her have it. And poor Clara Tapia, now 0 for 7 on the night. A forgettable evening for her offensively. The foul on Nystrom, just the second team foul. So Colorado State brings it inside to Auskelin. She's grabbed from behind, and once again, non-shooting just yet. So the Rams need to trigger it in. They do have 2 timeouts. They lead by 5, 59-54. 20 seconds exactly. So should there be any problem, they get it into Taverdi now. She's shouldered on the right side and grabbed in the back. Ham, Taverdi, Nystrom, and Gustafsson. Triggering it in it is Stina Auskelin. She wants to bring it in. Now she's losing time, and we got a timeout as Stina Auskelin just froze. So the Rams used their final timeouts, and they barely got it called in time. No timeouts for anybody as Hannah Taverdi is fouled near half court. So 17 seconds, and again, Rams not in the bonus. So right at half court, Colorado State will bring it in. The next foul against Wyoming puts the Rams to the free throw line. Again, Auskelin gets it inside to Nystrom. Finally a foul as 3 seconds, 2.4 had elapsed. And so Nystrom will go to the line and shoot 2. 14.6 seconds still to go. Colorado State leads by 5, 59-54. Ellen Nystrom, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, goes to the line shooting 2. Nystrom, the right-handed shooter, lets it go and sinks it. One more upcoming for Nystrom. 60-54. Substitution as Sophie Triggetson will replace Mayanne Ham. Colorado State trying to put in maybe some more consistent free throw shooting, assuming Wyoming gets a quick basket and a foul. As Nystrom's next free throw is true. Ellen Nystrom has gone 6 for 6 from the charity stripe. She has hit all free throws that Colorado State has made here tonight. 10 seconds to go. Losing the handle and the steal is Ellen Nystrom. Races into the front court with it, dribbles away from the pressure, and that will do it. Wyoming calls off the Dogs after a stellar performance by both squads that really hinged on the injury to the Wyoming Cowgirls superstar Liv Roberts. Well, we've got a lot to talk about. Colorado State improves their 2-game advantage now with 4 contests left in the race to the Mountain West regular season. Post-game show is next as we celebrate a 61-54 victory in the Border War on the Colorado State Sports Network from Learfield.
Well, Colorado State earns the victory in the Border War in an orange out. And before we go any farther, I knew you referenced it earlier, Ellie. The big change in the game, and I'm going to address this question to Ryan, was when Liv Tyler got hurt. She goes out, and that really changed the dynamic because you two teams were just evenly matched, star power on each side going back and forth. Coach Williams, in your mind, how did that affect the home stretch?
Well, Liv was such an important part to to Wyoming. Just such a dynamic player, both offensively and defensively, and she's their leader. So when that went out, there was just a little deflation. You could kind of tell. But Ellen mentioned earlier, she didn't know how the outcome would turn out with Liv going out, but I do. I mean, we had Ellen and Ellie, and again, that good senior leadership. But it was unfortunate that happened. I think everybody had great respect for Liv and how she played and what she meant to their team. But I credit our kids. They kept playing, Woes. They kept playing, and they got themselves a lead there in that fourth quarter and made some really nice winning plays down the stretch. A lot of big stops, a lot of key baskets, a couple of big baskets out of some timeout situations. So our kids were not going to be denied. You could just kind of sense that throughout that whole game, even though Liv did go down.
Yeah, at Colorado State, you go 7 of 12 in that fourth quarter from the field, including 2 of 5 from downtown. So you're 50% from the field, you're 40% from 3. And then, as we mentioned earlier, Ellen hits both of those free throws to basically salt it away. But, Ellie, question for you. In that second half, you were obviously expecting some adjustments. You were having such a great game. The focus was on you. Everybody knew that you were going to get the ball. Ryan wasn't exactly trying to conceal that from anybody who was watching her in the crowd. What were you most surprised about in that second half that maybe they didn't adjust to slow you down as well as you may have thought?
I would say, especially now after watching it again, I understand that it's a tough game for them because we have Ellen and I in the pro post and we're doing good and we're scoring. But then at the same time, you might think in the stands, why are they not just doubling us in the pro post? But if that was the case, they would double us. We would just pass it out to our good shooters. We had seen it. We had Sophie. We had so many on the 3-point line that would make a shot, and that's 1 point more. So I think it's kind of like it's a tough game. What to pick? You have to choose something. So because I had a good game, it could have been Stina, for example. She just got that pass if they chose to just double me. So it was not only me having a good game. It was just everybody helping me out.
Yeah, I think that's the interesting, the little things that are going on. Now that this is a replay and you can actually go back and you can look at some of those details, you can pretend to be a coach in your own.
Yeah.
You can look at, okay, the focus is on you and you, but what is Stina doing? What is Sophie doing? What are all these other players doing? So you get more of a complete picture of it. That's one of the nice things about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
So, Ellen, let's go with you. Obviously, you hit 2 free throws in the closing seconds. It's not the first time in your life you've been clutch. So what was going through your mind down that stretch? Just business as usual, I'm gathering?
Yeah, for sure. No, I don't think I had anything.
Be a winner, make them pay.
Right. Right. It's all that practice with Coach Williams telling us every time we shoot a free throw, be a winner, make them pay. So that's all that goes through your mind.
That is so interesting that has made its way into it. And obviously, let's go and now take this a little bit further. We'll take it as an umbrella approach. We talked about this being your senior year. You do go on to win another championship in the regular season. What did you feel as things started winding down? You can sort of hear the clock ticking in the background, and you talked about the importance of taking every minute. But was there some time where maybe off the court or you get out of practice and you're like, well, there's another one in the books, so I'm kind of counting it down? What were your emotional responses to an end of just 2 legendary careers? Ellen, we'll start with you.
I mean, it was hard to grasp it at the moment. I think right there we were more in the moment. We didn't really look towards because Coach Williams has always said, focus on the next game, like don't look too far ahead. So I think we had the same approach to just with school, like with everything our senior year. So I don't think we really were looking ahead that much or counting down. It was more just take it one day at a time, one game at a time, one practice at a time. So it wasn't really like a countdown. And now, right now, oh, man, I wish I could be back.
Yeah.
So the experience about the same for you, Ellie? Is that about right?
Yeah. I think when it really hit me was when they had a meeting with the new players and the seniors were not, you're not included. And I was just like, so you're going to be in the locker room and I'm not in there. That was when it really hit me. Like, it's over. Yeah.
Good things.
I agree with what Ellen said.
Yeah. Ryan, how about you? You knew that you had some of the greatest players in the history of Colorado State basketball that were rounding up and finishing their career. You knew that they were special. You've talked about it repeatedly. Did you have any of those same sort of feelings, kind of looking at the calendar go by?
Yeah, you just wanted to make the most of every moment you had with that group, those players, because they were so special. And, you every win was so special. Every practice was special. Every road trip was special. And the thing that I think you've really got to respect about that group, and led by Ellen and Ellie and the likes of Stina and Taverdi, I think, and just how they respected the game and how they prepared. That's what made that group so unique, is that they went in very, very coachable group. They went in every night with a plan and a belief that they could win. And they put it on display on both ends of the floor. And it's not easy to do that every night. And for 4 straight years, those kids did that. And so, they were on every single time, and that's not easy to do. So a lot of respect for, again, that group, and great leadership again by Ellie and Ellen, and they made the most of their final year, no doubt. They did approach every game with just that laser focus, and thanks for leading us to that 4th championship, you guys. So,
Ellie, are you still salty at Coach because he didn't start you that one time?
Oh no! But now when I think about it, it's true.
What game was that?
I don't remember what it was. It was early. It was an
Well,
early.
you know what?
One
I
game.
know that. I think it was Emilia that started instead of me. Was it? I think it was Emilia, or I don't. It doesn't matter, because you know what? I think that person deserved to start that game. So, of course, if you look at the number, yeah, I'm pissed. But if you look at the whole, no, I got a heart to say no. It's okay.
Oh, well, I cannot thank you all enough for taking some time and joining us here on Thursday Night Classics. Ellie Gustafsson, Ellen Nystrom, Coach Ryan Williams, thanks very, very much. We appreciate everything that you've done for us. Best of success. Stay healthy, and we'll see you down the line.
Thank you.
Folks.